Hey,
Ah,
reviews.
back in here, yo.
And we just got back from watching.
Quiet Place.
Oogie boogie. All right, so for starters, I've never been to a theater that was that quiet.
Super quiet. Like you heard everything anybody was doing in the movie theater.
Like if someone farted, you would have heard them for sure.
Yes.
Or belch. I felt like people that were watching this legit thought the monster might come out of the screen and get them.
I can hear you in the theater,
It's
yo.
like, that person in row 5, I'm gonna get you. Or that maybe the actors or actresses were gonna be like,
They can hear you.
they definitely took that to heart in this film.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, I think Emily Blunt and John from The Office.
Yes.
That's what I'm going with.
John from The Office.
Overall, I mean, good job.
Yeah, I mean, it's a couple. I mean,
really not a lot to say in the film for the simple fact that you can't have a lot of dialogue with monsters that try to kill you if you talk.
So yeah, it's it's a quiet movie. That's the whole thing. There's no sound, so for the whole movie, you just.
I think in Dunkirk they said there was only like something super small, like 4,000 words or.
Yeah, it's way less than that in this.
It's probably less than that in this film.
There's maybe a paragraph. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. So you're a resident horror movie expert. Well, I say horror for this one because
I mean I don't really consider it a horror. I say it's
drama,
suspense,
horror, thriller, but more
more suspense
drama.
thriller. Yes, I don't really consider it in full horror category. It's
there's
more
for
suspense.
sure drama, right? I would say it's more of a dramatic film, I think, than actual horror per se.
Because most of it's the family together as opposed to there's suspense and stuff like that, but. That it's not a whole lot of suspense. It's not full tension. I mean, it's there, ever presence of shh, but I think it's more of just how the family has been coping and dealing with everything that's been going on in the world and what's happening and what's happened to them and things like that. So that's kind of what I think that's the whole basis of the movie, not more so the actual, the monsters or whatever it is.
Do you think they did a good job setting up the film?
Yeah, I think they actually did a good job in terms of understanding how the family group is and how they deal with and what issues they might have and what caused, I guess, the biggest issue in the family.
The family dynamic was interesting. The dad was very set on the male protective role, and then the wife's being kind of the gatherer, if you will, but also super strong moment in the film. I won't say anything until we get to the spoiler area, but definitely showed that women can be super strong when they need to be as well. Overall, we'll say that real quick so we can get the spoilers. I feel like if we talk about anything else, it'll just mess it up. So we'll say, what's your overall rank on this one?
About 3.5 in terms of on it. I mean, it was a decent movie. It didn't blow me away. It's different. I'll give you that. In terms of a movie, it's different. Something you normally won't see.
In a good way?
In a good way. It helps the movie. It's what the movie is about. Just the lack of sound and the lack of, I guess, talking and things like that. It's really carried through emotions, I guess you would say, and facial expressions and things like that. But it's still the difference. So it's something to see more original. So that's why I like the fact that it was original. It's not something I probably could rewatch a bunch of times, but it's at least original.
Yeah, I agree. There's definitely there's not a rewatch factor for me. I don't feel like there's any little key indicators that I might have missed in this film. Definitely gonna go ahead and give it probably a 3.5 as well, just for the simple fact that it was new in the way it approached the film. The basic plot we have seen before, just not done in this way, right?
Yeah.
There's monsters on Earth. You were saying this earlier. They don't really allude to how they are here. We just know that at some point in time we start trying to cope with the fact that they're here and how can we survive, basically.
Yes.
In a kind of a apocalyptic kind of style where everything
Yeah.
looks like it's been overrun and ransacked by these things.
Within like a certain period of time.
89 days is where we start out, right? So
Yeah.
89 days after we initially come
Yeah.
upon these things,
Yeah.
or happen upon them, or whatever the case may be. 89 days after we find out about them, basically the entire world's already pretty much like almost left to like nothing really. And they're super body armored, and they have super hearing. So apparently nothing has pierced them or was damaging them because of the body armor. So that is what this family is up against. Not a whole lot for a bunch of what looks like farmers, known as the Abbotts.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's not really anything else to compete with it. That's coming out, I would think.
Well, I think with Blockers, which is this week, I think also.
Not anything else really coming out.
It's a different thing. So they give you a suspense, and it's a comedy. It's always kind of like a
terrible comedy.
Hey,
it looks like someone said, "Oh, hey, let me try to borrow all the ideas from the early 2000s and late 90s and try to put that one film,
it
and
might
then be
work.
extra vulgar with it."
It might work.
No. So, out of our movie choices, I would say check this one out this weekend.
Uh-huh.
A lot of people are looking forward to it. I know it did really well at South by Southwest.
Yeah.
And everyone likes Homeboy from The Office.
Yes.
So, decent film.
Some people like Emily Blunt.
And Emily Blunt. I will definitely say, don't go in expecting like a genre-changing type kind of film. Go in expecting something a little different, but not.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So we would say, check it out this weekend.
Yeah.
All right. Spoiler time.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler in the face! Right in your face.
Go ahead.
There's so much going on in terms of the monsters and things, and just, I mean, it starts off hitting you with the youngest son basically not making a smart decision. Actually, I'd say it's the daughter's not smart decision.
Both.
Family in general didn't make a smart decision.
Bad family decisions.
They let the youngest kid, walk behind him. He has this toy spaceship and he's playing with it. It makes noise, and these creatures attack noise, so he didn't last very long. I was saying no parent's gonna let the youngest kid walk behind the entire group. That's one issue I had with that. That they'd probably have the dad in the front, the mom in the back, or vice versa. Or have the kids in front and the parents behind, but not gonna let the youngest kid just, you still there? Especially when you got monsters and everything running around. I don't think they just let him chill back there. That's just me. I don't know. Y'all might be different, but for me, I don't think I'll do that.
Yeah, we'll fast forward there, and they lose that kid, obviously, because poor parental decisions. Fast forward, it goes from day 89 to day 437.
Yeah.
So literally almost a year and a half forward. They've been just fine, no events, no other issues, and they're trying to cope with everything that's been going on there.
Yeah.
You come to find out that they have kind of like a little fire bonfire system that lets everyone else in the neighboring area know that they're alive and well, kind of towards the evening, and they have this kind of like, I guess it's beach sand, I guess, or
some
or
just
like
sand,
sand,
yeah, something like that.
some type of like whitish kind of sand. It looks like it could be from the beach.
Probably just like the sandbag sand that they use probably like for water, like for floods. They just basically put it everywhere so you don't make any noise when you step in like sticks or anything.
Because they're not triggered by like normal nature sounds. It would seem it has to be distinct louder sounds.
Sort of nature sound, because I mean there's a with raccoons or whatever thing that they
there are the raccoons
that they do kill.
So not normal like a rushing river. Obviously they don't attack that because they know the sound is coming from a constant flow. It's the abnormal sound that's louder than those types of things. Even later on in the film, John takes his son out and he basically shows him, hey, as long as you're not louder than
the loudest
actual
thing
river or the loudest thing in the area, like you're fine. He takes him to this waterfall and they're like right underneath it, and they can go, oh, they can yell and all that stuff. So, kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And here's my problem with it. Okay, I'm a comic book guy. You're a comic book guy.
Yeah.
Monsters attack wherever they came from. They have supersonic hearing and body armor. Obviously, their weakness is probably going to have to do with the fact that they have amazing hearing, and that's all they use. So at some point in time, you would have thought that the government or somebody would have said, "Hey, let's attack them with hearing or something."
I
would Venom.
I would use.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in terms of getting the right frequency, because even she had hearing aids before, so like, in terms of attacking the right frequency that's in their hearing, that might take time, and then plus they're probably making noise by fighting them or shooting them, or something like that. It depends on how. You never know. The military might have created them, and they got taken out first.
We don't know. It's possible.
That's the thing, is you don't know where it started. You don't know where they came from. So the people that might be easiest to fight them might have got taken out first.
Yeah. So that's one thing.
And then we don't know how many are there. Like, I mean, there's a group in that area.
There's 3 in that area.
In the area, and they got everywhere quick.
They were very fast.
Yeah.
Very fast moving.
I mean, you think about if that's 3 in that area and they're on it and any noise.
For the most part, pretty quiet on the move for being as large as they were.
Yeah.
I think the only reason why they really saw them is because of the branches and stuff like that. They're kind of like bumping and hitting on their way to the area. And then let's go into, man, Emily Blunt gave almost a silent birth in this film.
Yeah.
Talk about female strength, like out of nowhere, right?
I mean, just seriously, like, she's sitting there and there's one of these things in the house with her, and she has to just be like, okay.
Contractions.
Yeah.
Baby coming.
And there's one, like,
water broke
right here the whole time.
Nail. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, and then she like steps on a nail while she's doing all this. So she's basically giving birth, and then she has a hole in her foot. Yeah, with one of these monsters in the house with her, and she has to be 100% quiet.
Straight G.
And she's in there just like, okay, we're gonna get this done. We're gonna get this done. I'm like,
Amazing.
Yes.
I mean, obviously a movie, but still.
I mean, she was smart. Like, she found ways to keep herself quiet and not to make noise. And she was about to make noise, and basically the kid saved her with the fireworks. So the fireworks distracted, made louder noise. She gave off like one yell while the fireworks were going off. So she,
Yep.
But that was it, one yell, and then she was back to.
And the fireworks pretty much saved her.
Yeah.
So.
And then the dad's running around trying to save everybody. And the kids are out there in the wild and running around, and
it kind of got hectic right there.
Yeah, it got hectic right there.
There were a lot of people that in my theater that did a lot of jumping, although I didn't really find it to be too much of a
it wasn't.
It was a little bit more suspenseful. I guess anyone that's like high stress or high strung, you probably will be. For me, it was like very.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't really jump out because at all times you hear them coming. I think it's the anticipation that they're coming. And you just can't see them until they're like right there. But they didn't ever really jump out. They kind of was like, oh, they're there. And half the time, like, they're in the house and you'll see them walk into the house or they'll walk somewhere looking for them. I think that's the more intense because they're not just popping out. It's like, they're in the room.
And it's like more suspenseful because they're like there. Right?
Yeah.
Or like there's like the one scene where it's like right here. Right?
Yeah.
Like when it comes up, when she picks up the baby.
Yeah.
And it comes up
out the water. Like, it didn't flash about. It literally just got out slowly. And we're just like, what's up?
And like, it can't see it. They're blind. Completely blind.
So it can't see that she's there in front of her. And she's just kind of like.
And they don't use like sonar hearing. It's like their body armor opens up and it's like an inner ear type of thing that processes all types of different type of sounds. So if it's something that sounds like rhythmic, they kind of ignore that. But anything like staticky, clinging, instant, super loud, they jump on it like quick. So Anything else you want to add for spoilers on this one?
Um. Oh, they actually figure out like the girl figures out her hearing aid disrupts their hearing, and she kind of decides to start. Well, for a while she didn't realize why she was getting a little headache thing from when they got near her, and then she kind of figured out, put two and two together, like, hey, my hearing aid is messing up their sound, so maybe if I amplify it, it really mess them up. And then that's kind of what they did in terms of helping stop these things from basically massacring the family.
So they kind of allude towards the very end that they're gonna be able to take out the three that are in their area, and then you would guess.
Well, there was more than three. So when she did the gunshot, you saw the thing. There was like multiple ones all running in over. So it's
Oh,
like
only two.
I thought I saw like a couple.
So the camera only shows the two towards the end because they're gonna take out the three that are in the area.
No.
His map showed that there was more around the surrounding cities, but the little area where they at, there was only three.
I thought it was like they would show like multiple cameras of different ones coming in.
Nah, because remember it showed the one that so there's the path where it crosses.
Yeah.
And that's where it shows the two that came down. They were coming right into the house. So they're gonna take out those two because they took out the one. So, but those other people that are lighting those bonfires, they have them two by them. So just in their immediate vicinity, there's three.
Yeah.
And then everyone else, he didn't know how much they had. But that's why he had those ones that were different colors.
Yeah.
I think for maybe like the volume, he has a map. Basically, John's character, he has a map of the city where they live in. In his exact area, he's written on the board that there's
three in his area.
But he has other circles around. Looks to be the same outline of where the other people lit their bonfires, but they have them by them as well. So I have no clue. I'm gonna take a wild guess that they're probably just gonna keep making noise.
Yeah, and have them come and
keep
just
killing
them
them.
out.
Hopefully they don't run out of bullets.
Yeah.
Because that would suck.
Well, I mean, he had a buck, so at least you're taking out enough. I mean, they're gonna come because more you keep shooting, it's a loud noise. So
Eventually, right?
Yeah.
You would think. And plus, we don't know. I guess their
range.
The range for their listening.
Yeah.
So I kind of would have liked to know that, but I guess that would have been something that they would have to figure out in the movie itself, which they don't seem to have been able to take too much time to study these things. It kind of seemed like they got hit hard and fast, like boom, boom, boom.
Well, I mean, think about it. It's when most of the cities are wiped out. You're talking about 89 days. So like in the course of 3 months, civilization is wiped out basically. So I mean, they came through fast.
We're gonna take a wild stab and say there's probably like thousands of these things.
Yeah.
Because in the paper it was saying Shanghai death toll rises and like all the it was a global event that happened basically. So we're not sure where they came from or whatnot, but it definitely was on a global scale.
It just came through and wiped it. So at some point, if it's doing well, they're probably gonna do a sequel or prequel. Hopefully not like Cloverfield, because
that's a whole nother topic.
Mm.
So anyways, like, comment, subscribe,
share it to everybody.
Share out the video. Don't feel shy. Leave comments if you like.
Yes. Comments.
Any movies, TV shows, or even comics. We will review them for you.
Branching out, yo.
That's
everywhere.
Right. Until next time. Peace.